Hello Leo, and welcome to your mid-month tarot advice video for the month of April. We're gonna go ahead and jump right on in, do a little check-in, see what you need to know for the rest of the month. Any advice, any energies coming through, all that good stuff. So we have the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles popping out here. I feel like my immediate thought with these cards is there is some kind of blockage, habit, cycle that you need to release in order to have this opportunity, this financial opportunity, honestly, to have a big transformation and to have a lot of healing. And I almost want to say to have hope as well for your path. You do need to, I was gonna say you need to kind of let go of control in certain areas. Usually I want to talk about the Devil in terms of like habits and day-to-day life cycles that we tend to repeat, negative habits, things like that. But I almost feel like in this it feels like you need to kind of let go of control in some way. We will clarify this further, but it feels like almost, I feel this energy of over controlling to the point where it is causing this ripple effect of negativity and almost stopping healing and growth and transformation. For the overall energy of the week, we have the Eight of Cups and Justice. You're walking away from something and you've tried to do this as fairly as possible. I feel like that's very much your intention here. You did not want to hurt either parties involved in this situation. And I feel like with the Eight of Cups, it is kind of that, again, letting go of control, releasing it. I was going to say micromanaging, so I don't know how that would resonate for some of you Leos. I also get this energy, like, you almost look to these bad habits, these negativity as a way of blame when things aren't going well, but it's really you haven't healed these parts of you, these old wounds. And that's the energy. Like I said, you've had to walk away from something. You tried to do it in the fairest manner possible. I was gonna say you feel unappreciated for it though. I don't know why I'm feeling this energy. Again, I think it has to come back to do with the control of the situation. You're like, I handled that so well and nobody's appreciating me for it, you know? For your main challenge and blockage, we have the Lovers and we have the Eight of Swords. You are overthinking your choices. You are overthinking your decisions here. And I feel like that's maybe why we're leaning on the comfortable habits that we have. We lean on them because they're familiar, they're comforting, they can be a crutch to kind of maybe soothe the worries or soothe the overthinking. I feel like connection is important for you here, but it's about who you're trying to connect with and how you're trying to connect with them. And I think it's really important, again, for this transformation to realize who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around. For your advice, we have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I feel like for the bulk of the advice is to trust your emotions and make decisions from a place where you are emotionally comfortable with them. Again, you're the one that has to sit with your emotions at the end of the day. Okay, you hurt so-and-so's feelings. Okay, they thought you handled that badly. But at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with how you feel, and it has to align with what you're trying to build for your future. What does emotional security and emotional health look like for you? What does emotional strength look like to you? What is the future that you are trying to build here? And I feel like it has to start with, again, where we feel comfortable, where we feel confident, where we have control. And if all those things are coming from bad habits, negative people, the Devil energy, then it's not really something stable to build upon. For your outcome, we have the Ten of Pentacles and Temperance. So I really feel like you are trying to build towards stability and security, especially in your emotional world, maybe in a partnership here, or building stability for a family, for your family. Temperance is a good show that there needs to be balance and moderation. I feel like they relate, it is related back to this devil energy, but it feels like a message of almost, you don't have to completely cut everything off and cut everybody out and completely change, but it's in the balance and moderation, you know. We can't eat our favorite food all day every day if it's not a healthy food for us, you know. And in the like of, like, we also can't over exercise all the time, because that is not healthy for us. All these things, even if they are healthy for us, even if they're unhealthy for us, they have to be in balance and moderation. So that's not to say that you can't be around certain people, or you can't, you know, do certain habits every now and then, but it's about the frequency of them, the balance of it, the moderation of it. And again, it's about viewing things not of a way of trying to get control, but also to allow things, you know, you don't want to take control of your emotions, but you also don't want your emotions to take control of you. And that goes for a lot of things in life. So we have the Seven of Swords all on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is relating, and the World, that's in the World, and the Hermit. So, and the Ten of Wands. The reason I keep wanting to pull these cards is because I feel like the story for me here is so evident, and it goes back into like this double energy, whatever it is. This, I don't want to say it's self-sabotaging, but it could be self-sabotaging for some of you Leos. But I also feel like there has been some people that maybe were sneaking around, or maybe lying, scheming, backstabbing in some way. And I feel like the World is here to say that this has been had an end put to it, especially with the Ten of Wands. An end has been put to this, a burden has been lifted, but it's almost like now you have to kind of sit with yourself for a little bit. Maybe you have had to distance yourself from some people, and again, this is a new chapter being able to start for you, but that also means that there is this, again, energy of having to start again and having to let go of things that aren't serving you, the Eight of Cups energy there. So we're going to go ahead and take our other deck, and we're going to start clarifying some of these deeper and seeing more messages that might be coming through. So this devil energy, what is this for our lovely Leos? What is this devil energy? Please, Spirit, what is this devil energy for Leos? We have the Empress reversed. I keep getting Empress a lot during my readings today for different clients, and it kept coming up in this energy of having to nurture yourself and nurture your inner child, your inner emotional world, having, again, to be almost motherly to yourself. The fact that it's coming out reversed, I feel like you are neglecting caring for yourself and looking out for yourself. You are kind of, again, you're not nurturing yourself, you're not being kind and gentle to yourself, and it's showing in maybe the people that you're hanging around with, or how your habits are looking, how your lifestyle might be looking. Again, I do think this is a blockage. This is blocking this opportunity, but what is this Ace of Pentacles opportunity? It's an opportunity to move forward, to have growth, and again, it might also be an opportunity for stability and abundance and success and wealth. The Chariot can be about needing to take charge, take the reins a little bit, but I feel like in this context you kind of need to, like I said, you need to let go of control a little bit here. And I feel like letting the path in front of you guide you more than you guide where you're going, if that makes sense. This transformation, we have the Knight of Swords. Maturing mentally in how you think about things, how you deal with things. I think it also does relate to the Star, which is healing, but can we clarify this, please, Spirit? Yeah, it is maturing here. whenever I keep seeing strength lately, I keep thinking of that Smiths lyric that says it takes strength to be gentle and kind. I feel like that's something you have to learn, but towards yourself here, Leo. I think that's what you're struggling with. You do think very highly of yourself, but you also have a tendency to neglect yourself and neglect your emotional health or your mental health. And I think that's something that you're having to put more time into to heal. This 8 of Cups, what has Leo had to walk away from? Clarify this, please. 4 of Pentacles. Another one, please. 3 of Swords. This is interesting because I feel like to you it almost feels like 1 foot still in the door, 1 foot still out the door. It's not something that you fully energetically you've stepped away from, but maybe physically you're still hanging around these situations or these people. The reason the 3 of Swords is coming out is because this could be prolonging healing in that way. Again, I feel like you are just trying to be fair here because justice is coming through. You're trying to be balanced and fair and look at things from both sides, but I feel like you are almost maybe prolonging some healing for you here. What is justice coming through for Leo, please? What is justice? We have 5 of Wands. Even when I feel like that's the thing is, like, even though you've realized, like, I'm trying to be fair, other people maybe aren't trying to be fair with you, and it also feels like I don't know why I just thought this feels like high school drama. Maybe ego competitions going on. Whenever I see the 5 of Wands, I always want to say it's like a dick swinging competition. Like, honestly, that's the energy that it feels like. And it's like, with justice here, I feel like you're just trying to be gentle, you're just trying to be fair, you're just trying to be kind, to see both sides, you know, you want to have a balanced outcome, you want everybody to win, but it's almost like people are kind of trying to, I don't know, maybe pull the fight out of you a little bit. The Lovers, and we have the 10 of Cups again, which this was your advice. So maybe this connection, because it also came out in your outcome, is maybe the healing and the feeling confident in our choices comes from this connection, this emotional connection. Clarify this 10 of Cups and the Lovers for Leo, please. The 9 of Swords, which leads very closely into the 8 of Swords of the overthinking, the sleepless nights. If there is an energy around you that is kind of letting you bring this wall down and letting you sleep easier, worry less, lean into it a bit more. Clarifying for the 8 of Swords, we have the Moon. Yeah, maybe there are some bad dreams that you're having, and maybe confiding in a partner might help with that. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups for Leo as their... Oh, that was your main challenge and blockage. My bad. I thought I said that was your advice. This is your advice column. You've got so many columns going on because you had so much energy coming out, because there's so much that's going on your plate right now, Leo, that even I'm confused by it. Like, I can't even imagine how you're coping with it. So your advice is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, please. The 5 of Pentacles. You do need help in finding a way to manage your emotions, deal with your emotions. I do think it leads into that 10 of Cups, which again I think does lead into the Lovers, of having that energy of letting your wall down. The High Priestess. I feel like you almost intuitively know where you need to go, what you need to do, where the help will be found, but it's making that move. It's 10 of Cups, please, for Leo. It's 10 of Cups for Leo, please. Have the 3 of Wands and the Lovers. Again, yes, that's crazy that the Lovers was clarified by the 10 of Cups, and this 10 of Cups has been clarified by the Lovers. The 3 of Wands as well. the Ace of Cups. So this really is about a deep emotional connection here and taking action on the things that you say you will. Maybe you have said to a partner that you will confide in them and you don't, or that you'll make plans to do something together and you don't. And I feel like whatever it is, this is really going to be able to take your mind off of the chaos and the mess of everything else. The Ten of Pentacles as your outcome. Let's see what this looks like. Clarify this, please. Spirit, clarify this. Seven of Cups. It is about your choices you make, and I feel like it does go back to this Three of Wands of choosing how you show up. The Queen of Cups, choosing to be open in your emotions and choosing how you show up for the people that are showing up for you. Again, you can't control every little situation and everybody's emotions and how they react. You can't force that, but you can control how you act, react, and sticking to your word and such. Temperance for 555 on the timer there. We have the Knight of Cups. You're going to backslide, but it's all about maturing and not stewing in the past. Page of Pentacles again. Being curious, having those open conversations with your emotions and with the people that you can trust, that can be a safe space. Again, there is a lot of chaos, and I know that there is a lot of competitiveness in your energy and negativity that you're dealing with, but the energy, especially now that we're moving into this Aries full moon, the energy is really recognizing and releasing what is no longer serving us so that we can step into new beginnings. And I feel like you've done a good job of calling out people's BS, but now I feel like is the time that you need to be calling out your own BS. But that is all I have for your reading, Leo. I hope you did enjoy. And if it did resonate, please do let me know. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, those are available in my bio in the description as always. Please like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.